to LA Noire. Today is episode 4 of the LA Noire 10-year anniversary walkthrough. We are now on the Homicide. We are now working Homicide. And we are about to do our first Homicide case. So let's get into it. The red lipstick murder. Red lipstick murder. That doesn't sound very good. Now, a lot of the homicide cases are like quite graphic, so if you don't like that kind of stuff, then just don't watch, or I don't know. Oh, Jesus. God. Good. Fuck me.
All right, gentlemen, take your seats. Let's get this over before lunch. Floyd Rose.
That's the phone he's talking to? No, it's not. I know who that is.
Retirement. We will all miss Floyd and the steely edge he brought to his police work. The department has arranged a wee drink at the Galway Arms to quench the mighty thirst a man gets from 25 years of police work.
Do I know who that guy is?
Floyd's departure leaves a place at the
front.
top table, and the chief has seen fit to promote Cole Phelps from burglary to the homicide desk. Stand up, Phelps. Take a chair. You're in the major leagues now, Sonny. Rusty Galloway, a fine lawman of the old school, will be taking you under his wing. Your first case is the murder of a woman, found last night and bearing all the signs of the werewolf. Get out to the scene, lads.
No, it's not who I thought it was. Let me just change my outfit real quick. I always like matching my outfits with partners that I have for, like, so, like, you know what I mean? I thought it was Herschel that was mentioned in episode 1.
Do you have the address?
It's been all over KGPL. It's off Temple Street, between Belmont and Glendale.
If you guys remember, he mentioned a Floyd Rose. If you guys remember in episode 1, back when we were still on patrol, Floyd Rose, we found
Sam's taking me out of
he was he was Rusty's partner. Rusty was in episode 1. He was Rusty's partner.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
He was Rusty's partner in episode 1 when we were working patrol, and Rusty was obviously still on homicide.
What happened to Rose?
And
Parker wants to...
hold on. So yeah, Floyd Rose was Rusty's partner in episode 1, and we found out that Floyd his name was in a checkbook of the suspect in episode 1, which to me says he was a corrupt cop, and maybe he found out that Phelps was onto him, so he retired early. So yeah, it's a little thing to note there.
Chief's job. Word is it's either going to be him or Thad Green. So they're both clearing the decks.
So where does that leave you, Galloway?
Leaves me saddled with a chump like you, Phelps. I didn't ask for you and I don't want you, so keep it to yourself.
Let me just share the stream real quick.
See if you can learn something about seeing how a real cop operates.
What did he mean by the werewolf?
The Dahlia. The Daily News came out calling him the werewolf killer. The Examiner came up with the Black Dahlia.
We any closer to catching him?
Not a chance. 6 months and hundreds of guys running down leads and we got nothing.
You don't think this has anything to do with it?
No, I don't. 90% of murders are domestic, Phelps. Some guy gets into a beef with his wife, he takes it too far. This will be the same. But cutting someone in half and leaving them off the sidewalk, that's a one-off.
Why so many women this year?
Because of the war. You should know that. Guy gets to kill people every day in combat. Comes home, he's expected to take lip from his wife. What do you think's going to happen?
It's that simple.
Like I said, most of the time it is.
Sad Unfortunately, it is a sad reality. The Blue Room Jazz Club. One thing I'm happy about is I'm officially on summer vacation. I went and ended my exam yesterday at school. So I'm officially on summer vacation. So most likely streams will be more common. And I'm getting my PlayStation this Thursday, most likely. So I'll be on there.
You could
guys
use
ever
some
wanna
good
hang
press.
out?
Another tramp, another message. Is the werewolf back in business, boys?
Do you have a mother, asshole? A sister? How about showing some respect for
Yeah,
this
you tell
poor
him,
woman?
Phelps.
Let us do our job, and Detective Galloway will give you a statement later.
He's good, Rusty.
Amen.
He even sounds genuine.
That's Phelps, guys. The war hero. Defending the honor of murdered humps.
Get used to it, Phelps. Moving along, guys. You got your pictures, you got your headlines. Now scram.
Oh, God, that just... Good God, no. Yeah. Like I mentioned, homicide cases are
Patrolman, this your beat?
very gruesome
Yes, sir.
and graphic.
Well, part of it. Kids park here, they use it like
That
a
Enrique?
lover's lane. It's a working neighborhood. Some trouble, but nothing like this. It's known locally as the Moors.
You were first on the scene?
Yes, detective.
No one's disturbed the body.
No, sir. We cleared out them vulture reporters so Pinker and the coroner could work. They're waiting to talk to you.
Thank you, Patrolman.
Go house to house and see what you come up with.
Yeah, what's going on, Coroner? Carruthers?
Carruthers.
Phelps, you make Homicide?
Looks like it.
Yep.
Galloway has been making me feel welcome.
I bet he has.
Has the scene been secured?
Patrolman Houlihan saw to it. The victim's personal effects are still where they
Houlihan.
fell.
Cause of death?
Alright, we'll check the body
Could be
game
the head
timeline.
end. Interesting.
Blunt force trauma to the head.
What caused the blunt force injury to the face?
Could be anything from a baseball bat to a lug wrench. I'll have more details after the autopsy.
What about this wound on the finger?
Something removed. A ring, most likely. I assume it was taken post-mortem.
What does the writing on the victim mean?
BD, like Dahlia, Tex. Your guess is as good as mine. Could be something to it, or it could be the killer's trying to throw you off the scent. Either way, I'll run tests on the lipstick.
Any idea of the time of death?
From the temperature, I'd say after midnight. I'll confirm with you later.
The victim's bag? Looks brand new. Can't be the one used on the body.
There's something around here I want to investigate. Here it is.
What can you tell me about the shoe prints?
Men's size 8s. Pinker lifted impressions for me to compare back at the lab.
That's good. And then over here we have one last thing.
Looks like some kind of puzzle or parlor game. The Bomba Club. Why steal a table lighter?
Can we get to the Bomba? A man could die of thirst on a case like this.
Rusty. Jump. Take the coroner's car. No, I'm not gonna steal the coroner's car. He needs it. Let's drive this car to the Bomba Club. Far away is it? Not far. Also not that close. Nice new car we got. I do like how with each whenever we get a new car. Oh god, this is why I never drive. Probably cause more. I probably commit more crimes driving than I do, or than probably commit more crimes driving than the people we're tracking down do.
The werewolf?
For my money, a copycat.
We can't rule it out. We need to work the evidence.
You'd love that, wouldn't you? A big head to hang on your wall. The caller of the decade. You've been working evidence on BD case for 6 months and got nicks.
There's a difference, Rusty.
Oh, yeah?
I just started working it
Can't go
today.
through there.
Okay, Oddshot. What's more likely? The werewolf comes back around, leaving us unknown in a corpse?
He clearly has a thing for power. Power over women. Why not power over the police department as well?
Let me finish, Phelps.
Exactly.
A guy opens his mouth again after 6 months of stewing. Or some opportunist who's been reading about the BD figures, he'll rip off the MO and get himself a freebie.
That's not totally fantastical.
You know, the Examiner and the Daily News might be good at coming up with monikers, but they're terrible for police work. If there's a reason we didn't get the son of a bitch after the short murder, it was them, locusts.
Where do you think the werewolf killer is now?
Dead by his own hand, stationed somewhere else with the armed forces. San Quentin, another town.
Yep, that's why I don't
country,
drive.
Who knows? So, Phillips, I understand you want to turn this into a big case, but it doesn't work like that, all right? A case will come and find you. You can't make it something it ain't. Understand?
So you don't think the werewolf has continued to operate in the Los Angeles area?
No chance. We would have found him.
Any central unit, car 16L reports a possible jumper at 8th and Hope.
I think I'm gonna dedicate a stream to doing like the street crimes that we can we can go to, because like I think I'll do like one stream traffic street crimes, and then another stream it'll be homicide street crimes, and then one stream will be like each case, like each desk will be you know what I mean. I think I'll do that one day, like after we complete the game. That'll be like something we do like once a week. Be kind of fun to do that. Oh man, you get there without killing anyone. Well, not there yet, but man, you get to the area. And I made it there without killing anyone. Surprised.
Say, honey, what time do you get off?
Just go on in.
Gentlemen, what can I get you?
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Were you working here last night?
Yes. How can I help, officer?
You can start with your name.
Here's a temp bartender.
Garrett Mason.
You're the regular bartender on nights?
I'm a temporary barman. I work for
Keep
an
the temp
agency.
bartender in
I
mind.
fill in at bars across town.
Do you remember a woman who came in here last night? 5'7", about 110 pounds, blonde hair, about 40 years of age.
You mean Celine Henry?
Yes. Do you know anything about her?
I don't. But the owner, Mr. McCall, serves her most nights. Would you like to speak to him?
I would.
He sits at the back of the club. Wears a hibiscus. You can't miss him. Is there anything else?
Fire away, Phelps. I'll stay here. I'm a little parched. Pour me 3 fingers of rye.
So keep your
Detective
temp
Phelps,
bartender in
LAPD.
mind.
We're investigating the murder of Celine Henry. Do you know her?
Celine? Oh, Christ. Sure I know her. She and I and Jacob, her husband, we go way back.
She was here last night?
Sure, she's a regular. Celine is...
officer. That's
Was a
Pour me another.
lovely woman.
Alright. You know the suspect
Was
scene
Mrs.
with the
Henry
victim?
here with anyone last night?
Not at first. Celine already had quite a head start.
But she attracted attention?
Certainly. A few gentlemen became very enamored with her and her stories. One guy in particular.
You know him?
Go on.
No. He's been in a couple of times.
Did they leave together?
Yes. At around 11. If it helps, I made the guy's license plate.
Yeah, that does help.
I think this could be a great help, sir. Thank you.
Useful. Alright. What about the ring stolen from the victim?
Mrs. Henry
You know
appeared to
about
be
that?
missing a ring, torn from her finger, but not her wedding finger.
Celine always wore a red garnet ring on the large side. Larger than life, like Celine herself.
Did she have it a long time?
Sure. Since way back in her flying days.
Did her husband buy it for her?
No, it was before Jacob.
I don't not believe you, but you are looking a little suspicious.
I think you
I'm gonna
know
doubt
where the
you.
ring came from, and I think you're going to tell me.
Okay. I bought it years ago. I carried a torch for Celine in those days. Guess I always have. Her old man never knew about it.
Alright, what about the knowledge of her husband? Do
You know the husband?
Sure I know Jacob. He was in the Corps. He met Celine on a furlough and married her when the war was finished. He put up with a load of shit.
Do you think he killed his wife?
No. No, not in my opinion.
He's looking a little suspicious.
So if it wasn't Jacob, then you probably let her out of here with the guy who killed her. How do you feel about that?
Stow the attitude, will ya? I tried to get onto Jacob. I rang him up. Asked him to come pick her up like usual. But he refused.
Why?
She picked some night to push him over the edge. I rang him back around 11:30, but got no answer.
Thanks, Mr. McCall. You've been a big help. One more thing. Would you have an address for Celine?
142 North Union Avenue. God knows I had to send her home in enough cabs to remember that.
Damn. Poor guy.
Did you cover my shift on Wednesday? I haven't.
No, I'm a cop. I don't cover
Let's get
people's
out of here.
shifts.
Hey,
Oh,
what's the
where'd the
hurry?
temp bartender
My
go?
stool was just starting to warm up nicely. So,
Quick telephone call.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a registered owner on a license plate, 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. I'll need to contact the DMV. Shall I relay the details via KGPL?
Please. Thanks, ma'am. You can drive.
fine. Where are we headed?
To Celine Henry's residence.
You find the booze helps you get through a working day?
Sharpens my investigatory instincts, Phelps.
A smart lawyer might use that to throw out anything you collect today.
A smart man might
That's
know
true.
it's unwise to stand between the patient and his medicine.
As long as you're not falling over, Rusty, I'll let it slide.
That's mighty kind of you, Phelps. You know, you picked the wrong job if a healthy thirst offends you, Cole.
We owe it to this city to do the best we can in this position. As homicide detectives, that responsibility is all the more serious.
Always the politician.
It's not political, it's practical. Maybe the men combing Hollywood Boulevard after the Elizabeth Short murder were more interested in sniffing out booze than the clues that would have led to her killer.
Yeah, well, if only you'd been there, choir boy. Betty Short would be alive, the Japs would have spared Pearl Harbor, our ancestors wouldn't have tasted the forbidden fruit.
Minor syntactical error, Detective Galloway. I never claimed to be able to prevent crimes. I only suggested a proficiency in solving them. Guess that's the drink slowing you down.
Oh my God, brother, oh brother. It's worse than I could ever have imagined.
Yeah, he really shouldn't be drinking on the job. That window looks like someone broke into it.
I'll try
Maybe
the
I'm
back
wrong.
door. Wait here a second.
He's got a nice looking gun. It's a golden revolver. Probably not though. Yeah, no, it's just a sun.
Side window's been jimmied. Looks like somebody's creeped the joint.
Huh. But why? Trying to hide evidence from us, maybe? Who knows? I think that newspaper is of interest. Maybe not. Guess not. I'm just like checking the site I'm using to get everything. Thought it was of use.
Burglar used the pry bar. Why did you kick the door in?
You think I'm gonna climb through a broken window in a $30 suit? You got another thing coming, Buster.
Not everything here is going to be relevant.
There's a note.
Celine and Jacob are obviously having problems. It speaks to motive.
Crime scene evidence still weighs against it being the husband, but Jacob could give us something to go on. One of my exes drank like this, you'd be feeling the back of my hand.
Call in burglary and get technical services out here. I'll talk to the neighbors.
Don't take all day about it, Phelps. I get nasty when I'm thirsty.
Tiffany? The rest of the stuff is junk. Might explain the missing ring.
564. Requesting technical services for a suspected 459 at 142 North Union.
There's something here too.
A regular Amelia Earhart in her day. The ring looks distinctive.
Don't think this is
Probably not.
of use. Yeah, no. Okay, let me just figure out where that is. Okay. Okay, go back to the dining room area. Huge thank you to everyone who stopped by. Really appreciated.
Size 9s. Above average for a lady.
Yeah. I think that's all the evidence at this area. She really was an alcoholic, though. Like, look at all those booze. What do we do now? We gotta make a phone call. Or not. Let's head back out. I got all the evidence here. Canvass the neighborhood. Go speak to this lady over here. Hey lady, what do you know?
Around here anymore.
LAPD. Are you acquainted with Celine Henry, Miss?
Horgan. Jennifer Horgan. I've known Celine for more than 10 years. Our children grew up together. What's going on, officer?
Did you see Mrs. Henry go out last night?
Well, I'm no busybody, you understand, but Celine had been drinking. And she and poor, long-suffering Jacob had a terrible row. I think Jacob may have given her a black eye. He stormed out and she went back
Well, I
inside.
guess I'll explain the black eye we see on the body.
No. Celine was listening to music and shouting until she left around 10 p.m. She was very drunk to have been driving. But she is not the sort of person you can stop from doing something when her dander is up. What is this about, officer? Is Celine all right?
I'm afraid Mrs. Henry has been murdered, ma'am.
Murdered? Oh, my God. I'm afraid I need to go and sit down.
Well then.
Let's see what Jacob has to say for himself.
I don't think Jacob is our man, but we should see what he has to say.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally what I just said. That we should see what he has to say.
I don't need this.
You know the way. You can drive.
Does he know the way though?
Jacob Henry had a violent
sure we have an
argument with his
address,
wife
but still.
last night. He's looking more and more likely.
For my money, if the broad keeps the house looking like that, she's probably deserved it. The skipper says bring him in. And keep the hacks off our backs for a while.
Fine by me.
So it ain't the werewolf killer after all. Good to see you've come to your senses, Cole.
I always said work the evidence. I only stipulated a connection to the BD killer as an avenue of investigation we should leave open. And as far as I'm concerned, it still is.
Now, a cool bit of information is the Black Dahlia murder is a real-life murder that actually happened in Los Angeles in the 1940s. The only difference is that it never got solved, and it's still a cold case. But in LA Noire, it does get solved eventually.
Okay, Phelps, we go in hard. You follow my lead.
So yeah, that's a cool bit of information.
You Jacob Henry?
Yeah. Who's asking?
LAPD. You're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder?
You didn't. You said you're the one who says you're not sure. You don't think it was him.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry. We're going to have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
Let me just change my outfit real quick, because if my memory serves me correctly, he does eventually start punching us, and I don't want to get hit when I'm getting punched, so I'll put on the untouchable. Suit does not show blood, stains, and takes no damage from punches. Just to be safe. Alright,
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know. That's
Wait, let
all?
me just leave for
You
a
got
minute.
more in that goddamn book? Spit it out.
Am I able to leave? No. Can I seriously not leave? Because there's more evidence I need to get.
So who could have killed Celine? Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
You know where she went, Jacob. You're lying. Why would I help you if you keep lying to me?
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
We know she went to the Bomba Club.
The bartender there, he calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home.
He called me last night. I said no. Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
Poor guy.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9. That's all? You got more in that goddamn book? Spit it.
God, I hate I can't, like, get up. I hate I can't get up because I need to friggin'... Because there's evidence I need here. I'm tempted to restart the case just so I can get all the evidence I need. What if I close app and... I'll try that. Because I need to get the... I'll try this, because I do need to get the evidence of this place. I'll just do this. I apologize. But if you guys haven't ever played LA Noire, I do definitely highly recommend it. It's one of my favorite games. There's not many games where you play as a cop. Not many, well, there are games where you play as a cop, but not many open world games where you play as a cop. Nothing can really compare it to LA Noire. Love to see Rockstar do like a modern take to this game. Like play as a cop in modern times. A game I played through recently was Battlefield Hardline. It reminded me a lot of LA Noire and Call of Duty Cold War, like just because like it's a first-person shooter where you play as a cop. Okay, good. This is a good checkpoint where I can look around the apartment, get the evidence I need. Cause yeah, it reminded me like LA Noire and Battlefield Hardline had LA Noire and Call of Duty had a kid. It's like a first-person shooter where you play as a cop.
LAPD, you're under arrest for the murder of your wife, Celine Henry.
Murder? Celine?
Save the dramatics
Oh my
for
God.
RKO, pal. You got bigger problems.
What the hell are you talking about? You come in here, you tell me that Celine is...
Take a seat, Mr. Henry. We're gonna have a look around, then we'll talk.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
But yeah, I do apologize for that thing there. I wasn't really paying attention, and I needed to investigate I forgot I needed to investigate the apartment first. This is actually a cool technique you can do in real life. Where if you, like, you know, like, just, you press hard, if you're in, like, a notepad or put a piece of paper under another piece of paper, write, like, press really hard when writing, and then it will, then if you do this, it'll appear on the other side of
The
the next
oldest
piece of
problem
paper.
there is what to do about the old lady.
There we go, I needed that information. Really forgot I need to investigate the apartment first. So yeah, that's actually a cool thing you can do in real life. A lot, it's actually used in the military.
Maybe if... No.
She was killed with blunt force trauma to the head. Maybe that could have been the murder weapon.
Size 11s.
Okay, that was all I needed. At least I got it this time. My moments of victims.
So who could have killed
Moments of
Celine?
victim.
Where did she go last night, Jacob?
A bar, I suppose. Look, I don't know.
You know where she went,
the Mama
Jacob.
Club.
You're lying. Why would I help you if you
I
keep
got a
lying to
picture
me?
in the background.
Look, I'm telling you, I don't know.
What about the Bomba Club?
We know she went to the Bomba Club.
The bartender there, he calls me if things are getting out of hand, and I go and I bring her home. He called me last night. I said no. Phone rang a couple more times after that. I ignored it. I'm gonna have to live with that.
Poor guy. I feel so bad for him.
When did you last see your wife, Mr. Henry?
Last night. I went to see her. We talked. Things got a little out of hand. I left.
I believe you.
You don't remember what time you last saw your wife alive?
Look, I'm sorry. I left. Maybe 9 p.m. Might have been a little later, but right around 9.
But the motive
Why
for
did you
murder.
kill her, Jacob? Things will go better if you come clean about it.
That's a lousy thing to say. I never gave up on my wife.
I'd explain the death threat note.
I don't believe you, Jacob. I think you didn't have the guts to do it yourself, so you had someone else do it.
You want to back that up with something, Big Mouth? Huh?
Yeah. The death threat note.
The note by the phone suggests you meant her harm.
You want the truth? Truth is, I was sick to death of her. I was trying to have her committed.
We're still going to need you to come downtown, Mr. Henry.
We can get this all down on paper, Jacob. How you got fed up with your wife and how you figured killing her would bury all your troubles.
Kill my own wife?
She was a lush and a tramp, and you just couldn't stand it anymore.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
So now you're gonna tell me you loved her? Ah, the DA goes all gooey over remorse, Jacob.
Whoa! Assault and officer. That's illegal. Oh, you gonna knock
You're
my
off the
hat
hot
off,
under the
boy?
collar for an innocent man, Mr. Henry.
I was just saying how I feel bad for you.
Call it in and get a squad car dispatched. And check for messages. I'll keep old Slugger here company.
Now, a cool thing about this suit is it's actually a reference to a Mafia movie. I forget what it was called, but I remember watching because when I played the Mafia Definitive Edition. It's the same as the suit called the Dawn that you can unlock with Mafia Definitive Edition. It's a reference to a Mafia movie from it's based in the 1940s. So, yeah.
Operator,
like
give me dispatch.
The Mafia Dawn outfit.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a patrol unit to transport a suspect back to Central.
Certainly, Detective. You have a message from the coroner. Do you wish to be put through?
Yes, ma'am.
Carruthers,
It's Phelps.
I've completed the autopsy. Several wounds to the head from a blunt metal instrument. Closest match would be a socket wrench handle.
So the cause of death was the blunt.
No, the blows to the head surprisingly were not fatal. Death was from hemorrhage and shock from the fractured ribs and multiple injuries caused by the stomping.
Anything else?
He's some kind of sex fiend. The tissues of the anus were bruised about 1/8 of an inch, but no trace of semen in the anus, vagina, or stomach.
Thanks, Doc.
Fucked up.
Operator, give me R&I. Any word on an owner for that vehicle? License was 2boy8899.
Yes, Detective. The plate belongs to a brown 1936 Pontiac. Registered owner is one Alonzo Mendez of 402 South Fremont Street, apartment 16.
Thanks. Any other messages?
One, Detective. From Captain Donnelly. He wants any and all suspects returned to Central. Interviews to be set up immediately.
Got it. We're coming in.
We need to talk to the other guy first, though. Put him on the other suit now.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
The Mendez residence.
Brother said she took a real pounding.
Maybe if he had been a little firmer in the beginning, he wouldn't be in this situation now.
I imagine that Neanderthal routine is a big hit with the ladies, Galloway.
Women love me, Phelps. I have no complexity. They know exactly what they're going to get.
Yeah, maybe we'll go to Central once we get there instead. We'll get to this residence, head over to Central instead, I think. Yeah, we'll head back here. Yeah, we'll head back. We'll be back.
You can drive.
And where exactly are we going?
To Central. Changed my mind about being here.
We have a firm lead, Captain.
Are you questioning my judgment call, Phelps?
No, sir.
Good. I thought not. Jacob Henry is a sob-sister pushed around by his wife. I think with the right kind of persuasion, he might be prepared to seek absolution. Are you prepared to show him the error of his ways, young Phelps?
I don't think he's our man. Galloway agrees with me.
Don't drag me into this.
Rusty is a practical policeman. A bird in hand is always worth two in the bush. Let's liberate a confession from poor Jacob and the public will sleep easier tonight. Run along now, Phelps. I've warmed them up nicely for you.
They weren't even his prints, and he still confessed.
Doesn't look good, Jacob. You're in a big jam here. You lie to me, and I can't help you out. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Alright. What access
What do you do
to
for
the
work,
weapon.
Jacob?
I'm a mechanic. Engines, differentials, transmissions, that kind of stuff.
So you have access to tools?
Yes, I do.
Your wife was brutally beaten with a socket wrench handle, then stomped to death. How do you think that looks, Jacob?
I was home in bed.
I'd explain your
Full
alibi.
of shit, Jacob. The truth is you hated that bitch. You followed her and dragged her into the car and then took her out to the moors. She woke up and you smashed her face in with a socket wrench.
No. No, 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 no.
And then you stomped her. You stomped her because she's a drunken whore and she treated you like shit. You stomped her for all the
Phelps,
years you
calm
had to take
down.
it. You stomped her because you are such a weak fucking sister, Jacob, and you wanted to erase all memory of it. Go on. Try to deny it.
I was at home. I should have gone to her at the bar, but I didn't. You can't prove I wasn't home.
Your alibi. I guess he's trying to, like, coax him into talking, but just calm down, Phelps.
I can. The bar owner, McCall, gave you up. He called your house right at the time that someone was smashing Celine's skull in and got no answer. If we find that socket wrench, you're gonna fry. Get it off your chest. Tell me you killed her.
I killed her, all right.
Oh?
I killed her dreams.
Okay.
She was an aviator, famous in her day, flying around up there like a bird, but she never wanted to come back down. You know, my pop was a sod farmer, dirt poor. I joined the Corps, trained to be a mechanic. I did better than my father did. I worked hard for it. That's all you can ask of a man. But
that's true.
Celine, she never wanted to come down from the clouds. She wanted everything I couldn't give her. All I had was security. That was never going to be enough.
Poor guy.
You did it. Everything points to you. What does Tex mean, Jacob?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I need a reason to believe you, Jacob.
You want a confession? That's what you want?
That's exactly what we want.
Seems to me there are two types of marriages. First, where the couple love each other equally and everything's roses. And then there's the other, where one person loves the other more than life itself and always puts them first. Chumps like me, who love them no matter what, no matter how badly they behave. That's it. That's my confession. I love my wife. And I'll take any test you got to prove it.
Fair. But the deterioration
Your
of
marriage was over. You took her in and she threw it back in your face. You didn't go over there to hurt her. It just got out of hand.
It's not how it was.
Yeah, it was because of the marriage problems.
You're lying, Jacob. It was falling apart and things got violent.
I'm not lying. I'm telling you how it was.
And explain your marriage problems.
Jenny Horgan says you blackened her eye.
It's all right, Jacob. The DA will understand. In your shoes, I would have done exactly the same thing.
I hit her, all right? I'm not proud of it, but she was coming at me with a frying pan. What would you do? I took it for years, but sometimes a man can only take so much.
Why did you break into your wife's house, Jacob? Why steal the ring?
What? What are you talking about? I've got a key. Why would I need to break in?
You took the ring because you found out who gave it to her.
What are you talking about?
Her prized garnet ring, given to her by her old boyfriend, Dick McCall.
I never knew that. I lived with that woman for 3 years, and I never knew that. In that case, I think you should be talking to Dick McCall.
We'll do the detective work, lunkhead. Just answer the questions.
I'll see what I can do for you, Jacob. But I'm not promising. It still looks bad for you.
Phelps, you failed me, sir.
That guy just walked through the
We
captain.
have another lead, Captain. This guy Mendez could be our man.
I hope so, Phelps. I really hope so. I'm deeply disturbed by your style of police work.
Deeply disturbed by the honest style of police work.
We can still pull down a conviction for the skipper if we chase down this Mendez guy.
You know the way. You can drive.
Fine. Where are we headed?
The place we went to first, but decided to leave.
Alonzo Mendez. Sound like a man who moonlights as the werewolf?
Don't sound like a man I'd let my daughter anywhere near.
You've got a daughter.
Spend enough time drinking, Cole, you'll find yourself with any number of things you don't want when you're sober.
So that's why you never sober up.
Exactly.
One song that's always creeped the fuck out of me is the song that goes like, every breath you take, every move you make, every step you take, I'll be watching you. Talking about being a stalker. I think that's just creepy. Of everything they've canceled in the last year, I think that song would be one because dude's basically confessing to being a stalker.
Mendez, apartment 16.
L. Dudley. Dudley Lynch? Screenshot on that because Dudley Lynch was he was the bartender in one of the traffic cases we did. Thought that was interesting. I never noticed that before. Sure, they mention his. Okay, it's
Here,
on the
apartment's
fourth
up on the
floor.
top floor.
Because sure, for Alonso Mendez, it's his first name A, and then Mendez, and then his last name Mendez. But it was interesting to me.
Don't bother knocking, just kick the door in. Take a look around and see what you can find.
Gotta get these to Ray. Size 8s could help place Mendez at the scene. Consistent with Celine's injuries, and the blood can be typed. Carruthers could match the color and brand of the body.
We have the murder weapon. We better get Pinker down here.
Why keep it? Why not throw it away?
Think these clowns are geniuses?
Exactly.
Thank your stars you caught a break. Captain Donald will begin to like you.
Hey, what gives? LAPD, you're under arrest.
Do not lose that son of a bitch. I'll go get our wheels.
I'm on it.
Mendez, stop right there!
You're under arrest for the murder of Celine Henry. Where do I go? Which way did you guys? Okay, I'm spin down the ladder.
You don't need to do this, Alonzo!
Get back, you son of a bitch! Oh really? He's gonna steal a car.
Get in and drive.
We can add Grand Theft Auto to his, we can add Grand Theft Auto. Even if he isn't guilty of the murder. Which I'm like 100%, 99.9% sure he is. Good God.
Hit him, Cole. Spin him out.
I'll try. But also you could try shooting his tires.
Hit him.
Oh,
Clean
lost
this
his hat.
asshole off the road.
You shoot him. Well, not him, but his car.
Don't go to
Arrest
sleep
him.
on me. Get me back in close.
Keep trying. Yeah, we can add Grand Theft Auto and number of traffic violations to his
Keep it steady and I'll try to
record,
bust
even
his
if he isn't guilty
tires.
of this murder. Why not call backup? Oh crap! Fuck me! Like I said, not
You're under
guilty
arrest for the murder of
Grand Theft Auto
Celine
traffic
Henry.
violations. That'll be a good thumbnail for today's video. I upload it to YouTube.
ain't saying a goddamn thing.
You don't need to.
You did a grand job, lads. Phelps, that's quite a way to acquit yourself in your first outing as a homicide investigator. It seems the city has a new and vengeful guardian. Considering the evidence against your suspect and the thoroughness with which a report was compiled, I foresee a safe passage through the courts, and the DA agrees with me. Brutality on a scale such as this deserves retribution. The people and the press of this city demand it.
Five stars. Case closed. First homicide. Case completed. James Henry is left to mourn while Mendez waits in lockup for a visit from the DA. Move on to the next homicide case, shall we? Oh, we're at the Blue Room Jazz Club. Seeing that one girl. Roy Earl. Introduced us to.
I'm burning up for you.
The Golden Butterfly. But yeah, speaking of Roy Earl, the guy that plays Roy Earl in this game actually plays the character in Battlefield Hardline, the game I was talking about earlier. That was pretty cool. Oh, what's this guy doing? Why attack that poor innocent woman who... huh? The fuck?
Galloway. Got it, Skipper. Yeah, I'll bring him.
I'll take this screenshot too.
My partner, after all.
He like does not want us to be with him.
New case. White female dumped in plain sight in the grass at the end of Hill Street. Hacks are all over it. Captain's trying to fend them off.
That sounds awfully similar.
The first rule of police work is make no assumptions until you've seen the evidence. Skipper wants you to have your newspaper face on, college boy. I think I...
Hold on, let me change my outfit. I'm gonna go with this one. This outfit, it removes one question whenever you interrogate someone. I'm pretty sure this one's exclusive to Xbox One.
Sunset Boulevard. Let's go.
It's called the Hard-Boiled Detective. Reminds me of like a boiled egg. But yeah,
Guy gave his wife a tag.
if I'm correct, this is exclusive to Xbox One.
So walking down the street?
Maybe I'm wrong. I can't be certain. Okay, we'll drive there. Not too far. Take the patrol car, but why do that when we have our own undercover car? Cut through there.
You did a decent job on the Henry case, Phelps. Not bad for your first time at that.
Thanks, Rusty.
Don't go getting ahead of yourself. That's one clearance under your belt. Now it's a new day with a new dead lady that needs our attention.
And no assumptions until we see the evidence.
Dead lady.
Right?
Right. See, I knew you were a fast learner.
That's one saying.
We might get along after all.
Reverse. We have the sirens on, so it's perfectly legal. Look out, parallel. What's that? What words are that? I was trying to say partner and fella at the same time. Feller. Peller.
Now, boys, you know as much as I do. I'll be holding a press conference once the autopsy has been completed. I have two of my finest investigators on the case. Fresh from bringing down the sword of justice on the crazed sex
Captain,
Alonzo
aren't there
Mendez.
similarities between this murder and the murder of Celine Henry and of Elizabeth Short, for
So
that
you don't
matter?
believe there's a crazed sex killer at large preying on women?
Boys, be sensible. We have the greatest police force in all the world, with the greatest scientific investigators at our disposal. How can any killer continue to beat that? Be advised. We keep the gas chamber at San Quentin primed for the sons of Cain who continue to believe they can take a life in the City of Angels.
Yeah, right. Any new leads in the Dahlia case?
Run along, boys, and let these officers get to work. We have God's work to do here, and it can't be
Within
delayed.
time.
What do we have, Captain?
Another woman sacrificed. Speak to Carruthers.
Oh,
I want
man.
daily reports, gentlemen.
Detective, I was first on scene.
Wait, who said that? Let's talk to the patrolman.
You find her, Gonzalez?
Not me.
Hey, it's Gonzalez, Enrique.
I was first reporting.
Can you show me the body?
Gonzalez.
It's under the pepper tree, this way.
Nice to see you again. What's that guy doing? Hey, Ray Pinker. What you doing, man? It's Ray Pinker. That's the same car that we drove with Bukowski. I miss Bukowski. He was a good partner. Who knows, maybe we'll cross paths with him again one day. Oh, great, another naked woman.
Similar MO.
To what? The Dahlia? I don't think so.
Celine Henry.
That's a closed case. This is probably another sad sack who lost his temper with a broad who wouldn't put out.
Are you a suspect, Rusty?
Watch your mouth. All I'm saying is we got enough to do without
That's
reopening
not a
closed
no.
cases.
Talk me through it, Mal.
He didn't deny
Severely
the
battered, on
accusation.
display. Footprints would indicate that she has been stomped. Size of the footprints would seem to indicate a smallish men's shoe. What size shoe did Mendez wear?
You finished?
No, I'm not. At a glance, I would
Size
say
8.
strangulation was the cause of death. I'll need to do further tests for semen.
Angry boyfriend. If they were married, they'd be at home. Not humping out here in Lover's Lane.
You mind if I examine the body?
Be my guest.
The stomping angle in the Henry case, was it reported in the press?
Sure was.
Yeah, was it?
Every detail a copycat would want was there in the story.
Huh.
Looks like she was tied up.
It does at first, but that would leave a mark on her other wrist, too. I think her watch might have been torn off.
What's this mark? Cut on a finger.
Fourth finger, left hand, a wedding or engagement ring, violently removed.
That's a good guess.
Ligature mark is very
distinctive. I'll do some comparisons back at the lab and get back to you.
Alright.
Well, we have a name. Can you run Deirdre Muller by RNI?
Back in a second.
Thanks, patrolman.
If the motive was robbery,
Money.
why not take the money?
Because he wants us to take it. He knows that even though we got promoted, we didn't get a raise, so he's left us the money. Very kind of him. Hey, patrolman, what's up?
Detectives, RNI says that Deirdre Mahler of 130 North Bonnie Bray was reported missing this morning by her husband, Hugo
Thank you,
Mahler.
patrolman.
What'd I tell you? Let's grab the husband, take him downtown, and work him over. We could have this wrapped up by lunchtime.
What about not
Yeah,
making
but you
assumptions
said
and
you
going
don't
on
think
the
it's a
evidence?
husband. Exactly. And you said you didn't think it was a husband. You said you thought it was an angry boyfriend. Didn't you? Have I ever been in this car before? Can't remember. Nope. 80 out of 95 vehicles unlocked. That's exciting. We'll take this car. Rusty, you said you don't think it's the husband. You said you think it's an angry boyfriend. Even if she was married, she could have been cheating, which I doubt it. But still, you said you didn't think it was the husband. I'm just gonna enter all these cars, see if I have any of them unlocked. This is like a limo, like an old-fashioned limo. I already have it unlocked. There we go. Then we just entered that one when we were over back up the hill ways, so. Okay, yeah, we set to our current destination already. Alright, we'll drive.
There still might be some play in the boyfriend angle.
I thought we were on our way to lock up the husband.
If he doesn't work out, that is.
Deirdre Muller has suffered enough. More than enough. You shouldn't make disparaging comments about her without even the slightest inkling of what she was like.
She was a woman, wasn't she? No, around about my third divorce, I realized women might not be the pure angels we imagine. You're married, ain't you, Phelps?
Don't make any insinuations about my wife.
Hey, she's a woman.
She's the mother of my children.
You're a father, Cole? Don't tell me
yeah.
your eye don't bend.
This conversation is over.
All units in the vicinity in any Central unit. A 211 is shots fired at 410 South Flower Street.
Sorry.
Units that can handle code 3 identify.
Why's that road closed off?
Kill someone!
I have killed people. I'm a cop, and I also served in World War II. But yeah, I don't know. Sorry, officer. I mean, we're cops. We have a siren. We're their fellow officers. We have a siren on. They didn't. Yeah, that's why I don't ever drive. Okay. Imagine us driving a police bike. God, we'd be killed.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. Is your father home?
He'll be home soon. He's been out looking for Mommy.
What's your name, miss?
Michelle Eloise Mahler?
Can we come in?
I suppose so.
Thank you. Could you have a seat for me, Michelle? We're gonna have a look around.
Smoke.
He'll be back any moment. Just sit tight.
Is she baking cookies?
Doesn't look like anything.
My partner will explain everything when he gets back, okay? There's nothing to worry about.
Not sure this means much.
Just him being nice to the girl.
No good to me. Work boots.
Size 8.
Size 8s.
How interesting.
Elgin wristwatch. Probably the same one snatched from her body.
Huh.
No sign of a wedding ring.
Well, there was a stolen wedding ring from, or alleged wedding ring from the body. I think this is the girls' room. Maybe there's something in here.
It would take a smarter man than me to connect that.
Maybe the mother wrote something in the diary. Yeah, probably a long stretch. Alright, let's talk to the daughter.
Is this about Mommy? Daddy is trying to find her. Please tell me she's okay.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, Michelle, but your mother is dead.
Yeah, just tell her straight up.
Do you think you could answer a few questions for us?
Try.
She stopped crying really quickly. Wait, she's a minor. Don't we need, like, her father's legal consent to question her? Like, isn't that, like, the legal way to do this? Sure, it's 1940s, but still.
Some
Whatever.
of your mother's jewelry was missing. Can you describe her things?
A ring, a watch. I never paid much attention to that stuff.
I know it's painful, Michelle, but this may be important. She wore a wedding ring?
Mommy chose it herself. A rose gold wedding band and a matching diamond and ruby engagement ring.
She wore a watch?
Yes, a yellow gold Elgin watch. Daddy bought it for her birthday. We had a fight. It was kind of a makeup present.
Alright, what about your last contact with your
When
mother?
did you last see your mother?
Yesterday afternoon, I went to a dance at Belmont High. Mommy was supposed to pick me up, but she didn't show.
So what did you do then?
I was upset. Daddy came instead.
So you were hanging around the school for quite a while. What happened with your father?
I don't know. I called and finally he answered. He came straight away then.
What about the state
Your
of your
mom and
parents'
dad
marriage?
are happily married?
What are you saying? Of course they are.
It's not what you were saying earlier.
They weren't happy, were they, Michelle? Did your father ever hit your mother?
Just the once. She said she would leave him if he ever did it again. He bought her a brooch pin to make up for it. And he always wore her golden butterfly.
Thanks, Miss Muller. You've been very brave.
Hey! What gives?
Daddy, the police
Go to your
are
room,
here.
please, Michelle. I'll talk to the police.
Daddy, Mommy is gone.
Go to your room, young lady. She's not even out of school. You can't come in here interrogating her like she's
Your
some
wife
kind
was
of...
found murdered this morning.
Found? What? But she only...
We have some questions that we would like to ask.
Why are you acting as if
Sure, yeah.
you're surprised she's found? What about... Can you tell us about the footprints we found at the crime
What
scene?
size shoe do you wear, Mr. Muller?
Why do you ask?
It's routine, sir. Simple process of elimination.
9s, I think.
No. We found size 8s.
Why are you lying to me, Mr. Mueller?
Why would I lie to you at a time like this?
Because you said you wear size 9, but we found size 8 footprints.
That's funny.
The
The work boots we found here are size 8s. Why lie about it if you've got nothing to hide?
Because I always get teased about the size of my feet. You know, small feet, small...
Always been true in my experience.
What about the missing persons report?
You phoned in a missing persons report this morning?
Yeah, that's right. My wife didn't come home last night. She left around 9:30. Michelle was out at dance. She called me to let me know that Deidre didn't turn up.
Looking kind of suspicious.
Did your wife ever go out by herself? To bars, nightclubs?
No. What are you suggesting? You suggesting my wife's loose? Now is not the time for you to be pushing me, mister.
Your daughter said you were having an argument.
We argued about who would pick up Michelle. I worked a full day. I wanted to come home, put my feet up.
What about your alibi?
So you were here all night. You stayed in while your wife went out to pick up your daughter?
Yes, that's correct.
No. No, it's not.
You should come clean if you're having an affair, or if there's something going on.
I told you I was here. Were you saying I wasn't?
Yeah. I'm using your own alibi. Given by your daughter.
So why did you take so long to answer the phone when your daughter called?
Okay, I went out for a while. I was driving around. It's my way of relaxing.
Fair enough. Tell me about the history of
your wife was
in your
beaten
marriage.
and then strangled. In your case, you have no alibi and a history of violence towards your wife.
That's not true, god damn it.
Yeah, it is.
It is true, Hugo. You're a violent man. You try to keep a lid on it at home, but sometimes you lost control. Your daughter and your wife were scared of you.
You don't know anything about me.
Yeah, I do. I know that you bought your wife a butterfly brooch. And she threatened to divorce you if you hit her again.
I know about the golden butterfly, Hugo, and how you bought your wife off the last time you heard her.
She liked to spend money, all right? Dresses, jewelry, her hair. It drove me goddamn crazy. Do I look like a Rockefeller?
Nobody likes a cheapskate, Hugo.
Getting hostile with us is a very bad idea, Hugo.
I'm no murderer.
Make some arrangements for your daughter, and then present yourself to Central Station for questioning.
You gotta be kidding me, Phelps. Put the cuffs on him.
This is an outrage. I didn't kill my wife.
Your daughter is in the next room, Mueller, so I'm giving you a break. Don't make me change my mind, and don't make me come looking for you.
We should go back in there and bust his ass.
Excuse me.
1, we need to break his alibi, check phone records, canvass the neighbors. 2, we have motive of domestic violence, which probably goes for half the men in LA. 3, we have no evidence tying him to the crime scene.
Hello, detective.
Don't hit me, I'm a cop.
Yes, ma'am.
I heard the terrible news over the radio.
And you can help us with our inquiries?
Yes, sir. They had a row last night. I heard Mrs. Mueller screaming.
Did you see Mrs. Mueller come home late last night at all?
No, not at all. I did see Mr. Mueller put something in the incinerator earlier this morning, though.
I told you he was our guy. Now let's get this bum downtown and into a cell.
Look, there he is now.
Don't hit me, I'm a cop.
Step away from
What are
the
you doing,
incinerator.
Hugo?
Don't let him get away.
Okay, but no shooting. We need this guy to make the case.
Oh, let's go tackle him, Phelps. Got him. That's the quickest I've ever got him before. Keep an eye on him, Rusty. As he burning bloody size 8 shoes.
Hugo. Get him booked in at Central, officer. Then put him in an interview.
You can explain the blood.
Speak with him later. And inform the captain.
Yes, sir, detective.
Is there someone you can call, miss?
I don't want home and...
You need somewhere to stay, Michelle. You have other family? Grandparents? Aunts or uncle?
Call Aunt Helen, but she lives in Bakersfield and...
Call her. We're gonna get someone down here from Juvenile Hall to talk to you in the meantime.
We ought to get some uniforms down here, clean up, take care of the kid.
Yeah.
Broad has
I'll
socks.
make a call to R&I.
Galloway.
Phelps, badge
Homicide
1247.
Division, badge number 564. Can we get
I need an address on a Belmont High
Team to
School.
a house at 130
Checking for you,
North Bonnie
Detective.
Bray Street. Send someone down from Juvenile Hall to look
High.
after a young lady.
1575 West 2nd Street.
Thanks.
Isn't that the cop?
Inform Detective Phelps that the coroner has a report waiting. Police morgue downtown when he's available.
Got it,
You drive.
KGPL.
I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
To Central Morgue.
I'm surprised, you know. I didn't make the husband for it.
Always make the husband, Phelps. 9 times out of 10, it's the closest person to the Vic who does the deed. God knows I've wanted to kill some wives in my day.
Lex parsimoniae.
What?
The law of parsimony. Occam's razor. The simplest explanation is most likely the correct one.
You know, you could have said that without getting all liturgical on me.
I'll try to dumb things down from now on.
Appreciate it. And try this one on for size. Rusty's razor.
How's that go?
You blame the guy that's banging her.
Ah, of course. The famous Lex ignoramus.
Closes cases, Cole. Puts a lot of people away, that one.
Even if it's wrong. Hey, janitor.
Phelps, Rusty, thanks for coming.
Can you blood type the shoes
No
that we
problem,
bagged
Bill.
and see if they're a match?
Sure. It'll all be in the report, but I'm assuming you want the details now?
Please. Cause
Yeah.
of death is strangulation?
Correct. Take a look at the samples on the bench.
The shoe prints?
Size 8s. Very similar to the impressions from the Henry case.
Now, who do we remember got caught in bloody size 8s? I think we have our
The
bird.
husband. Yeah, but we don't know for certain.
We've got to nail this guy.
Let's make a quick call. Hey, janitor.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Are there any messages for me?
Yes, Detective. A green 1946 coupe registered to Mrs. Hugo Mueller has been found in the parking lot adjoining the Belmont High School and playing fields. Captain Donnelly wants you to head down there immediately to take the school janitor's statement.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. Let's go. Take the ambulance if we wanted. One day we will. One day we'll take the coroner's car. I'll drive. Do I have this car unlocked? Let me check. Yes, I do. Where's a Studebaker? looks like. I don't think I have that.
Please, Phelps,
Like that
the
version of
siren.
car unlocked. I don't think I have this version of the car unlocked. I'll check. I do. I know I waste a bunch of time doing that. I just like doing that. See if I have cars unlocked. Apparently Rusty wants us to put the sign on, so I will.
Not exactly the happiest of places, the coroner's office.
Carruthers is a good man, professional, diligent.
He is.
If you're working with a pro, it's easy to overlook the grim realities of a place like that.
Funny job, that. The coroner's.
How so?
You don't want them enjoying their work too much. The wrong kind of man can get awfully lonely rattling around a joint full of corpses.
Rusty, that's like something out of the pulps.
You been reading the same ones as me?
I thought you were usually too drunk to get through a magazine.
If I close one eye and squint, you can just about make out the print.
All units, officer detail, 211 and shots fired. 391 Broadway, Mallory's Cafe, 391 Broadway. Unit to handle code 3, identify.
Up ahead, you make a right.
Something I do like is I find it so satisfying too. I just like drive around this game with a partner, in the car listening to the music. 1940s music sounds kind of soothing.
Keep on going through here.
Continue to respond.
This is the car?
Yes, sir, Detective.
Have you looked it over?
Superficially. I was told to wait for you guys.
Thanks. We'll take it from here. What time did you see the person park the car?
Late last night, after school social, maybe 1 a.m. I've been keeping a good eye out lately. We've had problems with the child molester.
And this was the same man?
Oh,
I don't know, sir.
God.
I mean, I'd like to say yes, but truth is, it was pretty dark.
All right. Tell me about this man you've been having trouble with.
He hangs near the playground, tries to befriend the children. He was around here last night before the dance.
Stupid
Is he violent?
creep.
Yes, sir, I would say so, yes. There's the son of a bitch now. Hey, you!
We'll get him.
Phelps, I'll take the car and see if I can cut him off.
Come on, Phelps, let's get this kid. Let's get this guy. Get back here, you son of a bitch. Come on, Phelps, stop. Catch him. Catch him, Phelps, catch him. Got it, yeah. Got ya.
What's your name?
Who's asking?
We can do this the
LAPD.
easy way or the hard way.
Name's Eli Rooney.
You've been in trouble with the law before, Eli?
Some.
What are you doing around here?
I like to keep an eye on the children.
Strictly paternal, is it, Eli?
Don't sass me, boy.
A woman was abducted here last night, Eli, and murdered.
And I would love to make you for that, you oaky motherfucker.
Well, I wouldn't know nothing about that. A woman, you say? I like 'em a little younger than that.
Turn out your pockets, Eli.
Now, why would I do that?
Yeah.
Because I'm about to break your fucking skull, Eli.
You're under arrest, Eli. You are in very deep trouble.
Yeah, you are.
Why bother with the paperwork, Eli? I'm gonna take out my gun, and I'm gonna count to 5. Let's see how fast you could run now.
Hang on a goddamn minute. I found that thing in the parking lot.
Get some backup out here, Rusty. We need to get this one downtown and into a cell.
I'll tell them we got a kitty raper coming in. They can roll out the red carpet.
They showed up real quick. See what's in the trunk.
Blood and skin
Bloody
samples.
rope.
We better get Ray Pinker out here.
It's from a Chrysler. Could be important.
The overalls are stenciled HM. Muller is a mechanic. I wonder what Eli does for a living.
Yeah. That just proves he is a... That just proves it. I'm pretty sure he is it. Let me just, I don't think I have this truck unlocked in, like, the vehicles category. There's a bicycle. I should take the bicycle with us. Yeah, I don't think I have this flatbed truck unlocked for vehicles. So, I'll try it really quickly.
Great. How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
We're not staying in it. Wow, I'm surprised I have it unlocked. Just contact R&I real quick. And we'll head back to our regular car.
Drunk, mister? Or are you just cracked?
No, I'm a cop.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need interrogation set up at Central for both suspects being held in the Muller homicide case.
Certainly, Detective. I'll get in touch with the watch commander.
Thank you.
We're taking our regular car. Maybe we just take her car. Where's our regular car? Rusty, where'd you park it? Where'd our regular car go? Is that it? Way out there? What's the car doing way out there? There's a whole parking lot here we could park it in.
You're behind the wheel.
Fine. Where are we headed?
Central.
I say we make Rooney for this. I think we should lay it on him. He was near the car, he had her jewelry, the DA will love him for it.
Even if he didn't do it?
Who cares whether he did it? You have kids, Phelps? He needs to be taken permanently out of harm's way.
And we let Mueller slide?
For a while. He gets a free pass for now. You better not go soft on me in here, Phelps.
We'll work the evidence, Rusty. Let him do the rest. Are they ready?
Moeller's in 2 and the pervert's in 1. Get in there and get a conviction.
Go talk to Mueller. In good old interview room 2.
Here's where we stand, Hugo. Your next-door neighbor heard screaming coming from your house. You were burning your blood-stained shoes. You have no one who can confirm your whereabouts last night. Your daughter says you're a violent man. We have everything we need to send you to death row, and all you have to say for yourself is, I didn't do it.
I swear I didn't kill her. Give me that lie test. I can prove it.
Alright, tell us about this, you disposing of evidence.
Why did you burn your shoes, Hugo?
Because I knew you'd never believe me.
Believe what?
It's rabbit's blood.
What?
A guy at work brought them in and I helped him skin them.
Okay. Fair enough. What the access to the braided
You know anything
rope?
about ropes, Hugo?
As much as the next man. I was a scout. I learned some more in the army.
You learned to strangle with the rope in the army?
With rope, with my bare hands, but mainly with wire. I learned a lot of things in the army, but I still didn't kill my wife.
For argument's sake, what type of rope would you use?
If I had to, I would use a triple braid. Less flex, easier to control.
But
Your wife was beaten with a tire iron, Hugo. An appropriate choice of tool for a mechanic.
I know nothing about any tire iron.
You're lying, Hugo. You're gonna have to come clean on this.
You got no proof.
Yeah, I do. Bloody tire iron belonging to a Chrysler.
Your wife drove a
Kinda hard to
Chevrolet,
drive.
Hugo. What make of car do you drive?
A Chrysler Airflow.
So I guess that explains why the tire iron that killed your wife came from a Chrysler. We found your wife's car. Someone parked it at the school late last night. Do you have anything to say about that?
It wasn't me.
Where do you keep your work clothes?
I keep them at work in my locker.
How do you explain mechanic coveralls with the initials HM on them in your wife's trunk?
Enough lies, Hugo. Your overalls put you at the scene of the crime last night.
My overalls are in the laundry of my house.
No, they're in your wife's trunk.
Green overalls, blood-stained, with the initials HM found in the trunk of your wife's car.
They can't be mine.
Why, Hugo? Because if they were yours, they'd be in the incinerator too?
We'll be back.
Those Vice boys get any on the side?
Not that. It's not where I wanted to be.
Captain, we were on our way to interview Eli Rooney.
Yes, Phelps, I know. This particular fiend is an old acquaintance. I have tried to reaffirm his belief in a wrathful and terrible God. Whichever way it goes, I'll be dealing personally with him.
You look like you've had it rough.
You see me asking for your sympathy, boy?
Tell us about the
What
footprint.
size
crime
boot do you
scene.
wear, Eli?
Kind of like anything I can get my hands on. I'm wearing 11s.
You're maybe 5'5", 5'6" tops. And you wear size 11s? I don't think so, Eli.
That might be on the large side. Maybe 10s.
Maybe 8s.
Now that I come to think of it.
Why punish children with your iniquity, Eli?
Yeah, really.
You think I was never punished?
You must know what you're doing is evil.
Well, son, nobody's perfect.
You down on your
Tell
luck,
us about your place of
Eli?
employment.
I've had worse. My family ate roadkill during the Dust Bowl.
But you have a job. A parolee has to have a job, correct?
I had me a job down in San Pedro. I'm looking for something new.
This place you worked have a name?
Hennessy Marine. You can't miss the place. Big yellow letters, HM out front.
They give you any workwear, Eli?
Sure. Green coverall. Dang thing was hot. Felt like I was back in the pen wearing it.
That's interesting. About access to a braided rope.
You ever tie up any of your victims, Eli?
It's not a nice thing to go calling them.
What would you call them?
I can't
really.
say. I learned a long time ago not to go talking about the things I like. Talking about it just seems to get people's dander up.
Answer the goddamn question, Rooney, before I brain you.
See what I mean? Short answer is yes.
You have any preference regarding rope, Eli?
I know a good rope from a bad rope, if that's what you mean. That's not what you mean, is it? Any old rope will do me fine.
A farm boy like you, Eli, must prefer maguey for roping. Am I right?
I prefer braid. You tie, hitch, and braid. It stays tied.
What about motive
You
for
killed
Mueller
Mrs.
murder?
Mueller and stole her jewelry.
That ain't so. I ain't done nothing like that.
Doubt that.
You have no job and nowhere to live by the smell of things. And you need money. You've been in trouble before, Eli. Who do you think a jury will believe?
I've been in trouble for other things, but I ain't never killed no one. I saw that car coming to the parking lot late last night. Man got changed there and then put his coveralls in the trunk. I saw him drop the butterfly in the lamplight and he strolled out, cool as you like. And I went over and I picked it up.
So even though the evidence points towards the husband, if you want to get 5 stars, you need to charge this guy. So, let's charge him for the
Eli
murder.
Rooney, I'm charging you with the first-degree murder of Deirdre Mueller.
You want to put me back in the stir that badly, boy? You go ahead and try. I'll beat that rat. I ain't a killer.
You show him, Rusty.
Phelps, Galloway. Congratulations are at hand. Drink, boys? I think you'll receive a commendation for this one, gentlemen. In the meantime, I'll speak to the DA about expediting the passage of the case. We need swift and merciless justice for poor Deirdre.
Yeah, vehicle damage is really high, but we got 5 stars. That being said, I appreciate you guys stopping by. That was going to do it for today's live stream. Stop by tomorrow as we continue our Red Dead Redemption 1 playthrough. Until then, have a safe one.